What is going on, guys? This is Xatter here, and welcome back to my channel, guys. As I mentioned before in previous truck simulator videos with my mod reviews, that I was going to be bringing Train Sim World to you guys. So it has finally became released. It was released at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. So as soon as that happened, I immediately went and I bought it. Well, I already had it pre-ordered, so I installed it. It didn't take long. Made a few test videos on it, um, just to go back and see how it was. Now I know there was a little black blip that was going across the screen. Uh, I think I fixed it. If not, I will just go back and fix it again. But I want to get this video out today for you guys, so hopefully you guys do enjoy it. I already made a profile for my personal self, but we'll make one together, and that'll be just for YouTube. Um, other really than that, let's just get into this. I've been waiting for this for so long. Um, so it's been quite some time since I've been wanting this to come out. I keep seeing videos on it for like the past week or week and a half on it, and it just made me like, it's like, come on, like release it, you know. But it's finally out. So here's my main one that I'm going to be personally on. So no videos on that one, but we will create a new one. Now they have 4 different people, unlike in the beta, there was just one person. So we have this guy here, we have this woman here, we have this guy as well, and we have this woman as well. So if you don't know, yes, women do work in the railroad. Uh, so that's why there's women, and we have a black gentleman, a black woman, a white gentleman, and a white woman. So maybe they'll add more. There's more slots, so I don't know if they'll add other like different ethnicities or races. I don't know. They might do that down the road because the railroad's not diverse in that sense of way. They will hire pretty much, I wouldn't say anyone, but from any like nationality, I guess, as long as you know you're a legal citizen in the U.S. So, but we're gonna pick this guy right here. So we'll go with him. We'll create this. So the name is gonna be obviously Xsatter. Oop, did that wrong. There we go. So we got Xsatter there. So that's gonna be our new profile name. Now I did mess around with the settings a little bit. Hopefully I'll actually show you guys my settings here. So that's the controls. We have the screen. Graphic preset is high. The anti aliasing, I don't even know how to pronounce that word, but it's off. I would recommend you turn it off because it'll just make a blurry, like in the distance. It makes everything up close nice and crisp, but everything in the distance is blurry. And it can, if you're making videos, it can mess with the rendering and mess with everything and the frame rate and all that. So just turn it off. Even if you're not recording, it'll mess with that. So just turn it off. Audio, I do have the master volume on 80. I have the music turned off. Maybe turn it up. I don't know. I'd rather just keep it off just so you guys can hear me and hear the sound effects and all that. Sound effects are on 60, dialogues on 60%. So other than that, we go over to the advanced settings. I have the shadow quality on medium, the effects quality on medium. Everything else is on high though. So that was already preset like that. I'm just going to leave it like that. I did test it when it was these two on high, the shadow and the effects on high, and it made it a little laggy. So I'm just going to keep them on medium. Hopefully everything will be good for you guys. So we'll go into services real quick. We do have GP38-2, which they did say that they would put in here. We do have the AC4400 CW, which is right here. And you guys do remember the SD40-2 from the beta. So there's that, and then we still have our character we can go and walk around with. So it's very nice that they have these in here. It tells you the weight, the horsepower, and the maximum tractive effort. And then it's obviously the same for this one as well. It tells you how many cylinders, 16 cylinder. This is a 4-cycle model for the engine, so that's a little bit different. It's GE, these two are E and D. If you don't know what they stand for, if you're just getting into like trains and all that, GE stands for General Electric, and EMD is the Locomotive division. So those are the two main manufacturers now that make all the locomotives for the railroad in the United States. There are like class 1, like the big road engines, not really yard because they still have switches. These are mainly yard ones, these GP38s, but they do run on the road. Um, Occasionally I do see them every here and there, but not as often as the big, powerful six-axle locomotives. Over to the scenarios. This is where it gets really interesting. So we have helping hand. I guess we're going to be, I don't know, there's a CSX utility truck, it looks like. So there's that. We have clear cut. We have fully fueled. There we go. We have the Cumberland Charge. Scroll down a little bit. We have ice and snow. We have Powering America Part 1, Powering America Part 2. So that's coal. So I'm guessing we're going to go get loaded and then actual travel it. Then we have the Cumberland Switchback. So they're all times, as you guys can see that. So we have 45 or 60 minutes, 45, 120, which is 2 hours. Another 120, which is 2 hours. 180, which is 3 hours. That'll be fun. That'll be broken up probably into 3 parts, maybe 4 or 5. I'm gonna break it up. So I'll have a timer set by me. When I feel like I get to a certain point, I probably just end the video. I'll probably pause it because I'm not really good with with editing and all that. I don't know how to do any of that. So I'm still working with recording and all that. So, and then we have the Powering America, which is 45, Powering America Part 2, which is 120, then the Cumberland Switchback is 30. So those are all the scenarios. Then tutorials is actually 9 tutorials, so we do have the intro sequence, yard switching, locomotive, turntable, locomotive refueling, AC4400 CW introduction. We have coal loading, train brakes, theory, and then we have the SD40-2 introduction, and then we have the GP38-2 introduction. Now, I did play the tutorial on my main one, and they did not fix the issue with you being in one locomotive and it only having, when you gotta release the brakes, it says release the auto brake switch controls the brakes for the whole train, which is wrong. It's the independent brake. One locomotive, independent brake. So, but other than that, we're gonna get into the tutorial. So I wanted to show you guys a little bit of what we will be getting into. Videos, like I said, will be coming out for this pretty frequently. So I just wanted to point that out there. Also, too, before I start, I wanted to also say that I hope that they do, in the future, finish the entire Keystone subdivision, going from Cumberland, Maryland, actually all the way up to McKeesport, PA. If you don't know where that is, you could just Google it. It's kind of like it's on a bridge and it turns, and it's kind of like right there where it ends, the Keystone subdivision, and that's where the Pittsburgh subdivision would start. Depending on which way you go, it's either where the Pittsburgh subdivision ends and the Keystone subdivision starts, or the other way around, where the Keystone subdivision ends and the Pittsburgh subdivision starts. But that goes all the way to West Pittsburgh, PA, which is just south of Newcastle, PA, which is actually west of Pittsburgh, PA, where I'm actually from and actually living. So I think it'd just be very, very cool if they just did that in the future. It would take a long time because it's a big route. This sand patch itself is about 70 to 100 miles, I think they said in their video. So it's a pretty big, decent sized route. Definitely takes some time. Definitely not speeding on this at all because it's a very steep grade. But hopefully in the future they will add the rest of the subdivision and the Pittsburgh subdivision, so you can go all the way to to the end of the line. Technically, not really to the end of the line, but a really vast distance to travel on. So hopefully they'll do that. I think that'd be really, really neat. But enough of that. Let's get into the intro sequence of this. Now we already did this in the beta, but this is a little bit different now. So we'll see that. You can see the two. You can take photos, ride along, and operate. So it's pretty neat. So you could hop on and off various services as they go about their duties, sit back and relax, enjoy the views. You could take pictures like that. They got switch, they got refuel. You could rotate the turntable, which is all in the tutorials. So we'll eventually get to those down the road. Now, the dialogue that came up before, I had to read that out. Now they have someone that actually reads it out to us, so we'll just sit back and enjoy the views and listen to the narrator talk once this loads. So you guys can see the map there, the mines. This is really neat. It tells you, the GP38-2, how many were produced, how heavy it is, weight, maximum speed, power, and all that. I thought that was really neat that they added that in there. So hopefully this loads up and doesn't take too much longer.
Welcome to Train Sim World. We are delighted to offer you the position of railroad engineer on our Keystone subdivision. Your application was outstanding, and we are excited about what you will bring to the daily operations of Cumberland Terminal. We would like you to commence immediately, and will provide all required training at our Cumberland facility. Hand-eye coordination is critical to operating locomotives on a railroad. Look down at the ground, up at the sky, left and right. There are many things that are not operated from a locomotive cab, so you'll be on your feet for a fair portion of the time. Stretch your legs for a few seconds to get warmed up. That's the physical portion of your training complete. Head over and climb aboard a locomotive.
So that's it is what it is. So also too, we're going to the GP38-2 since we already did the SD40-2. Now the cabs are pretty much the same exactly as what built by EMD. So they're pretty much going to look exactly the same. It's kind of the same that I've noticed. Unfortunately, so quite different, but maybe we'll change that since we are taking this to the GP40. I can talk about the GP38-2. Let's see if we can go down and switch this switch. Let's just head back over there. Let's see if we can switch this. There we go, yeah. So you don't want to be running into this. I mean, you probably could, but since you're taking that one on the left, we want to have the track switched for us. So I would recommend just if you want to play it more realistically, you can go and have this track switched up. Press forward and hold the shift button. Like I said, it's not the smoothest. Play around with the settings on my own. See if I can get it better.
Open the cab door and proceed inside. To take control, you'll want the engineer's seat. Head over and sit down.
Guys, do notice now we have conductor ourselves and conductors, so when we actually get out of the locomotive, we're going to do other stuff. Conductor's supposed to do that. Not the engineer, not complaining, I'm just stating facts. That's all. Not complaining at all.
When sat in the engineer's seat of a locomotive, the driving heads-up display will appear in the bottom right corner. This HUD shows key information about the state of the locomotive while you are driving.
You guys can see the heads-up display there.
The main display indicates the speed the train is traveling at. The dials on the right display brake system pressures. Along the bottom are the direction, throttle, and brake type indicators. Finally, the exclamation mark on the left is the safety warning indicator, known as the alerter. This will illuminate when something requires your attention and must be acknowledged. Safety always comes first on the railroad. So to start with, we need to let those around us know this locomotive is operational. Begin by turning the forward headlights control to bright.
Alright, so we got the side, also that H, do the same thing.
There are 3 key controls to operating this locomotive: the reverser, brakes, and throttle. The reverser determines direction of travel. Put this into forward. To the left is the auto brake, which applies brakes along the entire length of the train. Let's move this to release.
And this, I've seen this before in the beta. This is where this needs to be fixed. It needs to be because as you guys saw, is the tutorials, the brakes, introduction to the brakes. And after that was a code. Same thing. So I don't know what that's all about, but they need to fix this. This is a critical thing if you actually want to learn about it. So this is a good way to learn. But this, you know, stuff. So it's supposed to be the
We're about to move, so make 2 blasts of the horn to alert anyone around. Remember, safety first.
So if you guys don't know, the last 2 horns, usually they're short sequence horns. To let people right when they're like moving forward. 3 if you're going reverse. Do a complete stop. So this is the signal for people around you. You have to do that. So.
Now add some power, but not too much. Too much power too soon can damage both the locomotive and the cars. Always start off nice and slowly. Increase the throttle lever by 1 notch. You're moving! Great work. To maintain a constant speed, move the throttle back to its idle position. While driving, you may wish to view the train from the outside. You can do this by switching to one of the many external cameras. Have a play with moving the camera around while the train is coasting along.
Like I said, I need to fix this. But it's way better than what it was. I can definitely say that. So hopefully I can get some stuff fixed, or I need to eventually get some hardware for my computer. I would love to see the best recommended for us. So it's going to cost quite much, quite a bit of money. But hopefully in the future I can have enough to where I can, have it and operate this smoothly. Just the detail on this is just phenomenal. So we'll go back inside the cabin and just shoot the back and then we'll go back in.
That concludes the basic engineer training on this locomotive. So let's bring it to a stop. Move the auto brake to initial reduction. As with applying power, too much brake pressure applied too quickly can be detrimental to the train and its cargo.
Just pressing the parentheses button. Apologies for getting the parentheses. Apologies for getting
Well done.
Alright guys.
You're now
So-
all set to explore Train Sim World. To learn more about railroad operations, you can trigger tutorials as you explore. or they can be found in the main menu.
Alright, so that's the introduction. Once again, first look. This is the second first look actually, but this is the final release of the game, so fully released with the betas, as far as any future betas. But on the side here we have the intro sequence. It tells you, what you've completed in the scenario, what did the company timetable, location line, miles driven, miles walked, time taken, total score we got. So we got 800 experience, I believe it's 1,000, and up to 1. It's a little bit lower than 800. I would say probably 790 or 780 for the sand patch grade. So once again, another 1,000 to get that one up on an MG38-2. Which we got about a 500 one because it's just a small introduction. It's not really an introduction to the locomotive. You just got to choose which one. So that'll fluctuate. That one will be different throughout the whole series, and these two should pretty much stay the same throughout this. I'm actually going to continue so you guys can hear me a lot better. So yeah, guys, that's the first look at the final release of Train Sim World that finally came out, released March 16th, 2017 at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we have the option to replay the tutorial. We can go to the next one or go to the main menu. We'll actually go back to the main menu. Because I'm going to make more videos on the tutorials. I'll just go through them and have them posted and all that, so you guys, if you ever get lost or whatever, you can always go through. We'll eventually get into the scenarios. Now that's going to be a little bit tricky on my end. I'm going to have to do some editing. Someone did send me a message before with the truck simulators. I did mention that, and they actually sent me a link that I have to go back and go find to a software program for editing videos. So I want to do that so I could have that 3-hour long scenario. I could have that all recorded in one sitting, but then I could break it up into parts and then post those separate parts online. So that's what I plan on doing. So yeah, we'll get to that down the road. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please smash that thumbs up button. Comment if you do have anything to say. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Very, very close. I said, we should probably hit 500 by mid-March. So it is mid-March. We're close to it. So hopefully we could hit that very soon. Also, I do apologize once again. You guys are probably tired of me saying this for the videos not coming out as frequently. I was in the midst of moving when the last video that I made, so I was planning on that. I was also, I moved, got into the new place. I don't even have a computer stand. I just have my TV set up on this ottoman. I'm sitting in my normal chair. I have another ottoman sitting next to me that I use for my mouse and all that. It works out perfectly for me for right now until I can get a computer stand. So I got my own internet, a lot better internet, like HD, it's Verizon Fios. So I got all that. So very good internet, very good everything. Now it's just time for the computer down the road to get upgraded. So these videos will come out better. Hopefully I fixed OBS a little bit. If not, I'll go back and fix it later. Also, too, the settings with the game, try to tweak them a little bit so it'll run a little smoother. But it's way smoother than the beta. I would definitely have to say that, because it is optimized, which is very nice. So it does run a lot better for like lower end computers. I want to say very much lower end. Probably my setup that I have would probably be like the lowest I would go, honestly. And that's kind of pushing it. But I will leave in the description what I have running on my computer in case you guys are wondering about that. Be looking forward for more train sim videos that will be coming out, truck simulator videos whenever I can get the chance to find some more mods. But for now, it's going to be some train simulator. Take a break from truck simulator until I can find some more mods that come out. So other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, this has been Xsatter. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Alright, take care.